Welcome everyone to another episode of the Essex Wolves YouTube channel. This week, we're going to be talking about cloud gaming. I am Larry, and this is Peach. Welcome to the. I
Hello.
think I think this will be your first time on the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
actually.
Yeah, no. So this time we thought we'll talk about probably one of the biggest areas now coming through, and especially with now Sony sort of now merging it in, despite being doing it for a while now, cloud gaming. Now, just in case anyone doesn't really understand what cloud gaming is, I'm going to try and explain it in the easiest way forward, which is simply instead of you obviously owning a game and downloading it onto a console or your computer, it is you play it through a server, and which means you don't take up room or any room really, and means any obviously you can go in and out whenever you want to and not take up any room on your PC, which it's a really obviously cloud has been around for a while now, especially with safe data, and it obviously gaming has been thought of and has been thought of in the past. If anyone remembers, I don't know if you remember this. I think it was in 2008. I think it was originally. There used to be a console called OnLive. If I would say anyone remembers this on the YouTube channel. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Do you remember that at all?
I do, actually. It was
Yeah.
much talked about down here.
Oh no, yeah, because I don't think it came to the UK. I think where I think it's literally probably the first console to do cloud gaming. I mean, I had some. I think it was very ahead of the game, and it obviously, unsurprisingly, didn't really last. I think it got bought by actually I think it was either. I can't remember who owned then bought it. It was either PlayStation, it was either Google, which is kind of badly membered, X Microsoft, or it might have been Amazon. I know it was then bought up by another company because I think they liked the idea. But obviously, then we had Sony's with PlayStation Now, and now we've got Xbox system, Google Stadias, and obviously as well Amazon Luna. Now, I will be honest, I don't think Amazon Luna is completely out of the whole beta stage. I think it's still a bit of a tricky one, I think, to really say, but I am aware Luna is out and I have seen reviews of it. But I mean, so what have you, I mean, what have you, what cloud services have you used yourself?
I've just mainly stuck with the Xbox One, honestly,
Okay.
because that's my main console. I only done cloud for the Among Us on my laptop.
No, I mean that's actually because that's the one thing we should say about, especially with console gaming, with PlayStation Now and especially with Xbox. Is my word, is the best thing about it is obviously you can not only play it on your console, you can now play it on the laptops. Now, I should say with PlayStation, they've now merged it with their PlayStation Plus system, which was now originally PlayStation Now. That everyone forget. And admittingly, when they originally did that, that was, I think there were the word a mess because you had to pay per game you wanted to stream, and it would like the costs were ridiculous. So you could pay for like a couple of minutes or so. When now you basically pay per month, and then obviously you just get as many as you want. Although admittedly not all of the games can be streamed, and in the case of PlayStation 3, can only be streamed. Although fear not, I am hearing through the rumors they are planning on doing some emulation, but I think it's still a bit tricky. But obviously we need to talk about probably Google's because oh boy, that was a car crash of a well as a whole, just all of it. I mean, I remember hearing that originally going, okay, this could be interesting because obviously Google were very good. Obviously, they should be good because obviously they are Google. However, as I think some people rightly remember, when they've taken over certain stuff, they then ruin it, i.e., Google Plus, and I think it was no, what was it? Google no, not Google Meetings. Google Chat. I think it was called Google Chat,
Yep.
which I know they've now merged with Gmail and everything. I mean, I remember the amount of people when that came out originally. It was an absolute sham. The codes weren't given on time. Some got the codes, not the controller. Then the servers were useless because this is one thing you have to bear in mind with cloud gaming. Is obviously you need a good internet. to get it. I would say you probably, depending how many are in the household, you probably need about a 50 to 100 gig megabyte. I would say to have a good stable connection, and that even I was seeing. I mean, the delays of games you got on there were not good, as well as I think the monthly base was too expensive. The game choices wasn't that many, and especially with Destiny, which was free to play anyway by this point, means it was pointless. I mean, I remember a guy who was showing off when he was playing on his laptop. The delay of him pressing the spacebar and the guy jumping was about a second or two, which
Oh,
you do not want.
geez.
It was really bad. I've heard, I think the servers were just not put in the right places, or they were just not done properly. And also, I mean, the game choices were not that many, and they were priced way too much, especially for a PC, because PC gaming is cheaper than console. So it was causing this kind of. I mean, now they've pretty much shut down all of their game areas, and it's now died a death, even though it's still around. I mean, you get a controller now for like 30, 40 quid. Obviously, that's what you really need, really. It just shows how bad Stadia's gone. I mean, Lunas, I will say, actually, I think it's still in the beta testing. They've basically done two ways, I think, to fix this problem, where one obviously goes through like the servers with the controller that you get given. And then there's another one they've done where it links to your phone through an app. Like an app. So it's like a Bluetooth system. And it's like that. So you get your phone, get an app, and then the controller will link through that, and then makes the connection a lot more stable. And I have seen it; it does look really stable. Game choices obviously are very lack, and especially there is a monthly based one where you can pay a little bit more, and then you get Ubisoft Plus stuff. So you get like Assassin's Creed and your Rainbow Six. And I mean, I think that's a really good idea. However, I don't think at the moment it's not worth it because of the value. But I think the main ones, obviously we talk about obviously is the PlayStation ones and Xbox, which I mean Xbox has only just been, I would say it's about 2 years, 3 years, would you say?
Yep, 2 years.
2 years. And I have to say what 2 years it's been, because it's been an absolute hit. I mean, the best thing I love about it is you can even go through your user browser. You don't need to have kind of the app on your laptop or PC. You can just go through the PC browser and then play your games. Admittedly, you do need an Xbox controller, although they are changing it so you can use a mouse and keyboard with some of the games, although they haven't announced which ones yet. But I think that would be quite a good idea.
If you do for example, use the Among Us from the Xbox app, you have both the PC controls as well as Xbox control.
That's true. That is true.
I would prefer the Xbox. It's so much easier for me.
No, I will say there is. I think sometimes it is a bit more of a fiddle with like certain games, obviously. And also I think they've added. Obviously, they had it, which was a bit. I think it was originally for an app and stuff. And I must be honest, since they've changed it, I can't get it to work. I don't know if it's just something I'll have to go through my settings on my laptop, because it's a pretty good gaming laptop. I haven't got, and I had no problems with it. It's just the way it runs, and also the game choices is not as good. But
I mean, fair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because I know how mine goes with you, and obviously when you play, because you said you've played Dead by Daylight Among Us through streaming. How good was your stream? Was it consistent? Would you have any issues?
I haven't done it through stream yet. I do know that one time when I was trying to stream it, it kind of crashed midway, but the game itself just shut down.
Right. And you said you have to do it through your laptop as well. Did that run quite well?
I haven't streamed through my laptop because that makes my laptop go kaput, but it does relatively well with my laptop. Yeah.
No, because I would be honest. I mean, I don't have the best speeds on. Yes, it's not amazing, but I can play it easily. It's not a problem. I mean, I might have that lower frame rate grail you may see at some point through the game. And I mean, unlike Sony's, which is quite annoying because they sometimes have the judder or the delay, and then on the top it will say connections not at the best. It could be crashing. You're like, oh, go away. Just let me play the game. I mean, just let me play the game. I don't want to annoy me. I know what it is. I'm fine. Just leave me be. I mean, but no, I think honest. I mean, what is your opinion on cloud gaming? Do you think it's a really good idea?
I mean, I think it is definitely useful, especially when you're out and about with that type of thing.
Yeah,
and you're not
they
stuck at home and you have it
Yeah, no, I mean, because also I think they are. You can also play them technically on your phone. Not all the games, I would say. I think
I've kind of done it with I've kind of tested the waters with the Minecraft on that.
Oh, have you? What is
it
it like on
does
the
get
phone?
it does get a bit slow, but
I would say I think that depends on the phone, which I will say I think that's the one thing with streaming on the phone. You make sure you have the good phone, or else I would say I would say mine would struggle.
no, a 4-year-old phone is not helpful.
No, I would say that. But I mean, I think here's my next question I would say is with streaming. Would you rather pay per game, like with Google Stadia, and I think maybe Luna, or would you rather do like you do with Xbox and PlayStation and pay a monthly based subscription and get a load
Honestly,
of games
the
on stream?
monthly based subscription would probably be the better one because you get so many different games that you could try, play out.
Yeah. And I think especially with Xboxes, definitely, I think this is a really good example. Is Xboxes because the save data is there, and you can also use the DLC, unlike Sony's, which for some reason you can't.
If you like it so much, you can purchase it online.
Exactly. I mean, purchase it
data
properly.
will save.
Well, not only that, I mean, like games like, for me, I think this is a really good example. Let's say Spider-Man Miles Morales. It is a really good game. Really, really, really good game. And the problem is, it's worth, I think the game's about 30, 40, 50 pounds still on the used market, or like buying them new. And the game's only about 3 to 4 hours long. So it's really not worth paying that. I mean, I streamed the whole thing, and it ran 99% of it well through the time. And I would rather do that than play, let's say, download it or pay for it and then go, well, I've just spent like 60 quid on that and it's only taken me 4 hours. I would rather stream it and then just say, oh, I've enjoyed that, and then have some fun with something else instead of saying that. But I know I think definitely as a streaming, I would rather have it monthly, just because you get more options, and obviously because the problem is especially, and this is one problem with cloud gaming, is when they turn off the servers, you can't play those games anymore. End of story. Which is obviously the main problem, which is why I would say monthly, I would say for that sort of situation. I mean, because I'm not a huge fan of like monthly based subscription services,
especially with the original Xbox stuff as well.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like, get an example. It's like I don't mind paying monthly based subscriptions for that kind of stuff, because again, it's like playing like for Netflix or Disney Plus, all that. I mean, if you get a good amount of movies, you can pay for like an amount. It's worth it.
Yeah.
But if you have,
don't use me as an example. I have a bad habit of watching things over 100 times. Just don't use me.
No, but I wouldn't want it. Like I mean, what I'm not okay with is, let's say most recently, what BMW decided to do would be basically do certain options as monthly based subscriptions. So you have to pay for like heated front seats, heated steering, or quite a big one, assisted. I think it was driving controls, like cruise controls, which is like 35 quid a month. You're thinking, I am not paying 35 quid a month. I would just pay it once and then that's it. I'm okay with it. Because I know there are phone games that do stuff like, you have to, you want unlimited certain bits and bits, you have to pay like 50 quid a month to get like unlimited reads of certain episodic games and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not good. I'm not okay with that. I have my limits, but I think that's a good example of, I think with cloud, I think it's acceptable because I think it's better value because of the whole situation with cloud gaming. And obviously, if it goes down, you're not really losing anything. You're not losing game. You're just losing the month. I mean, you could be saving because you're not having to pay, I don't know, £8, £9, £10 a month. Also, depending on what you do.
Yeah, and even with the Game Pass itself, that's like $15 a month.
I think it's on its own. It's about £8 a month in the UK. I think it's about £10, £11 for the ultimate, which is the one you have to do to get the cloud.
Yep, that's the 11 one.
Yeah, I'd hope they will split that at some point and make that cloud only, because obviously I feel sorry for the people who want PC, because obviously if you don't have an Xbox, there's no real point of you doing it. So I hope they do split it for PC fans.
Oh yeah.
Because I would say, I mean, they've done the PC Game Pass. Just I would like it to be split off with the
cloud gaming.
Yeah, just for cloud gaming, just so people can have a bit more options. Just
I mean, yeah, no.
Because I would play happily just to play it on its own, happily.
Oh yeah, not same. I'm just not gonna try Halo on my place on my PC because that is a wreck of shit. That's gonna happen.
No, yeah, I mean, if there's a game that's not on cloud now, because obviously there are a lot of games now on cloud, especially on Xbox, like Halo, Forza, and anything. What game would you like? Because this will be the final question. What game would you like to be on cloud that isn't?
I can't say that, namely because it would have been a PlayStation game.
Which one's that?
Gods of War. I would have loved to be able to play that.
Do you know what? I have to double check. I think it is actually on cloud. The new one, the new God of War.
No.
I think it is now on cloud. I have to. Let me have a look. Let me have a quick look.
I gotta see if I could actually do that from my laptop.
I mean, I would say you need to have PlayStation Plus, and it's ridiculously expensive. But yeah, as far as I know, I think it is on there, because I must admit, that's a good chat. And I think some of the old ones are on there as well. I would be honest, that this is one thing I do have to complain about with Sony's is, my lord, can they make a better kind of check through over on their PlayStation, because it's absolutely shocking. It's so hard to read anything on here. It's ridiculous. I'm just double checking. Yeah, God of War is on here.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, it's on God of War. I would say the PC is a bit tricky, as I say, but no, trust me, it's worth it. It's not a game I mean, I've played a lot of hours, and I've never been gripped into that version of God of War. I think it's too slow. I think it might be also due to the gore. I think it might be just a bit too much on the gore side. But what game would I want that isn't on cloud that I would? I mean, there's so many gigs. I mean, obviously, I would love to see properly, because I know it's coming on and off. The amount of times just having GTA or
fair.
Or Red Dead Redemption 2. But it's a Rockstar thing, because they don't really believe in the whole, like, they don't believe in the monthly basis.
Come on, Max. So get with the program here.
Yeah, but then again, Nintendo is the same. Because I would say, because I think technically there is some sort of streaming with Nintendo's, but I think it's more emulation than streaming. But it's, for me, I would say, I think it's one of the ones I would want a game that I don't have to take on. Because I mean, that's a brilliant example with like Red Dead Redemption. That's over 100 gig game, and if you can stream that, it takes up no room. But I am very well aware that could be a really hard game to stream as a whole, because obviously the amount of servers, the amount of like content, the data. I mean, especially for the first one, my word. But
GTA, I mean, with a lot of the achievements you have to do.
Yeah. But I think that is all.
And then the hunting gameplay as well.
Oh yeah, no, that is hard. No.
That's just like a nightmare waiting there.
No, that is very hard. But with that, I think that is all we've got time for in this episode of the Essex Wolves YouTube channel. Hope everyone's enjoyed the video. Please, if you did, please put a like, share this around, comment. What would you? I mean, what's your opinion on cloud gaming? Seriously, and what ones have you used? What games would you like to see come on to cloud gaming on it? Because I would love to see what you think. If you want to have a look at us, we're on Twitter at Essex Esports. We are on Facebook. We're on, a few of us on Twitch, all sorts. But until next time, farewell.